Hi, welcome to the next episode of Opening Doors with me, Annette Compo. I get the amazing pleasure, and my heart is literally busting at the seams, to introduce one of the most incredible people and most talented. And you always call me She Boss, but I seriously think that that's your name because of all the times in my life. And I've had some great people, that have worked with me in marketing and branding. But Madison, you're the girl.
Well, thank you.
So, Madison, tell us your full name, tell us where you're from, tell us what you do.
Yeah, I'm Madison Carroll. I am from Lexington, Virginia, which is a teeny tiny little town on the western side of Virginia. Probably won't ever hear about it unless you accidentally get off the wrong exit. I work here with Annette. I do some social media stuff. I work at Keller Williams, and that's really all I do. I do a lot.
So, we first met
Yeah,
at Keller Williams.
yeah, we
Yeah.
sure did.
And as soon as I met you, I was like, all right, besties forever.
Yeah,
And so, first off, thank you so much for
of
everything that
course.
you do,
Of course.
not only for me, but also the agents in our
Mm,
office. And to have the energy that
mm,
really fits the culture
yeah.
of our market center and how and why that is so
Mm,
important, for people that literally are working commission
yeah.
based, right? Because
Yeah.
mindset is 90% of it,
Yes.
10%
Yeah.
mechanics. So thank you for that.
Of course.
And of course, I always have to say this is thank you for keeping me in line because anyone who watches this podcast knows that your job security is absolutely secure. No one would want your job to keep me in line. So
Oh
you're
my goodness.
you're you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So, one of the things that I have learned over getting to know you better is that you have a beautiful voice,
Well,
incredible voice,
thank you.
to the point that you were actually like almost ready to go, like, I don't know what you call it, public?
Yeah. Yeah. In high school, I started singing at a really young age.
How
And
young?
then, gosh, I think my earliest like video is my third grade talent show of me
Really?
singing "Girl on Fire" by Alicia Keys.
What and there's
Yeah.
video of this?
Yeah,
I
there's
haven't
video.
seen it.
Don't go look on my mom's Facebook. Um,
Done.
but so we have that. So around then, third grade age, and then kept singing in middle school, started singing for like our youth church choir,
Hmm.
our youth band, things like that. Then grew into leading worship for our main church services on Sunday. And then halfway through um, high school, I actually got the opportunity to go record. And so I went and recorded a song with a group called Consumed by Fire. We went to Scotty Wilbanks. He's a part of Third Day. We went to his house and got to record in Atlanta. And then my song got released on all platforms. It was on the radio. I
Wow,
actually made
Madison.
it on the top charts, which was really awesome to do, to see just my name and my song that I created with these wonderful people just on a iTunes chart. I was like, what in the world? And then
It's like checked off the
yeah,
box.
yeah, and I was 15 or 16 at the time, and
Okay.
it was kind of just crazy, like sitting back now, being like, wow, like I did that. I did something that it's really hard to do, and the fact that I was able to do it at such a young age. My parents helped me a lot with it, though. Um,
And I've had the pleasure. I mean, what incredible people, which we always say,
yes,
the best compliment ever is to tell me how
mm,
amazing my kids are,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
so I told your mom that when she was here
mm,
visiting, and
yeah,
of course she got really welled up.
yeah, yeah. She's my best friend. She's one of my favorite people. And then throughout high school, I went back and recorded another song. Was able to go on a Christmas tour up and down the East Coast, which was really awesome to do. Different churches, different services. Got to meet a lot of people. Got to meet some extended family, which I had never met before, which was kind of awesome. And then went to college for music. Traveled with them for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. I think I was more on the road than I was actually in classes. And then I ended up here and I started to sing a little bit more often now, and now it's becoming a part of my weekly routine again, which has been
Well, and
fun.
I love it because when you talk about it, you're just everything lights up.
Yeah.
And I know that it's so important to you.
Hmm.
And I think, when I look at you, there's so many young girls that
Mm.
are out there
Yeah.
that, because when kids are younger, they're trying to just grow
Hmm.
into the skin and
Yeah.
trying to figure out who they
Hmm.
are. And, of course, worried about what people think, all the things that we did when we were that
Hmm.
age.
Yeah.
And to have a role model like you to
Hmm.
say, you know what, this is what I did at this age, and this is where I'm at
Yeah.
today. I think there's just such a connection
Hmm.
there,
Hmm.
because when we can rise up those next
Yeah.
leaders and allow them to be their authentic self.
Yes. Yeah.
We had a visitor a while back, and that's what she does. Is
Hmm.
she does all of the musical instruments
Yeah.
for kids
Yeah.
after school
Yeah.
with Thistle Rose, and so I
Yeah.
thought of you instantly. I thought,
Hmm.
wow, what an amazing opportunity,
Yeah.
to really kind of be a part of somebody's
Yeah.
life like that.
Hmm.
So college, and
Yeah.
then I'm just gonna say this: you met somebody.
I met
He's
someone.
really cute, super
He's so handsome.
kind,
Yep.
great
Yep.
smile.
Yep. He lights up my life, that's for sure.
So when did you know?
Well, the first day we ever hung out, he dropped down on one knee in my college house and gave me a ring pop. First day.
Ring pop.
A ring
You
pop.
mean those ring pops that I
Yep.
used to get the football game, I put on my finger and then I would.
Yep, one of those.
Interesting, ring
So,
pops.
yep. And
Okay.
then,
All right, Josh, look at you
yeah, I
go.
know. And then 2 years later, he gave me the real deal. So, but
Nice.
we knew right off the bat. There
Right
was
off
just
the bat.
little ties that wouldn't have happened unless it was meant to be. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
So you have a big day coming up.
We have a big day coming up.
And I'm going to actually see where you grew up at in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
little itty bitty
I
town.
know. It's gonna be so much fun, but we're so excited. Lots to do, but we're so stoked and excited that it is
Yeah,
coming.
it's I do have to call you out like that because you
Mhm.
said, well, where, what hotel should I stay? And Madison's response is, well, let me think about that one because I'm not for sure if we have a bougie one for
We
you.
don't.
And I was like, what do you, I'm not
We
bougie.
have one.
Yeah.
One downtown. That's about it.
But I'm not bougie,
No,
Madison.
oh, no, not at
No,
all.
not at all.
Yeah.
Careful, we're being recorded. So, tell us a little bit about it. Like, how is this like the dream that when you were a little girl and
Yeah, I think so. I'm very blessed, especially with Joshua being in my life because he's really just letting me take the reins on this. He has opinions, but I get to choose. I get to lay out the options,
I
and then
forgot that adjective when we were talking about him. I
yes,
forgot intelligent.
yes,
Yes,
yeah,
highly, highly
he's
intelligent.
highly intelligent. We just saw that actually. um, but so I give him options and he'll pick, but he's really just letting me like create the day that I've always dreamed of. Lots of pinks. My mom likes to say my colors are blush and bashful.
Oh,
So we just
it's my favorite movie.
yep. So and they really are. It's a dark tone pink and a lighter tone pink, and it's beautiful. Lots of flowers. We my dad built an arch out of trees that were cut down, like at one of his friends' houses, and so it's just
Lots of
everything is
little
so
stories that are
yeah.
capturing the dream.
Yep. We're doing it on a family farm. It's in the mountains. It's with the willow trees, and we're surrounded by all of the people that we love, family, friends included, and we have a lot of people traveling from far places like yourself.
You're
So
gonna make me cry.
yeah, we're
I'm
just
super
we're
excited
just
for
so
you.
thankful for it, and we're thankful for the village that we have around us, definitely to help us because it's hard to do it from Michigan and have to plan everything in Virginia, but we figured it out, and my mom's been a big help on that too. So
Nice.
yeah,
And then something just huge just happened.
yep, we're just checking off the boxes
Yeah,
this year.
all in the same
Yeah,
year.
yeah, 5 months apart.
Yeah, close, but it's all good.
Yeah, we just bought our first house.
Amazing.
We had an awesome real estate
Huh.
group.
Who could have that have been?
I don't know. But really, we had the best experience with you guys with the whole process from start to finish, from trying to find other houses to specifically having this one. Me and Josh like to say we were handpicked for this house because
You were.
there were so many little details again throughout this entire process from start to finish that just made this whole thing just come alive. Like we were just meant to be there in that moment. We were meant to have this house. So we're excited to start our lives there and start our married life there. So we're gonna make a lot of memories in it. We're just so excited.
And I'm definitely hanging out on the back porch.
No, I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's super cool
Oh
back
yeah,
porch.
and just wait. Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great. We're so
Yeah.
excited.
What do they drink in Virginia? Is it like iced tea?
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea, that's what it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then like they always have like these movies about how the older women drink the sweet tea and then
Yeah.
they kiki a little bit,
Yeah.
which God knows I can do that really good with you.
Well, it's funny because
Yeah.
every morning when I come into the office, I make a pot of sweet tea for myself.
No,
For
even to
me.
this day
Yes,
in Michigan,
yes,
you're
in
making the
Michigan.
Virginia
If
sweet
you
tea
look
in
if you
Michigan.
look in the cabinet, there's sweet tea, and then there's sugar underneath it because I have to add more sugar than what's already in it.
Okay, so we have to start doing that at the office. We have to take a picture of it.
I
You're always on me
know.
about social
I
media.
know. I know. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
And so just so I put it out there, you're also the real estate client that brought me my own personal hot tea on early Saturday
did,
morning. And
yes.
so that was
Yes.
super cool. And
Oh
I posted
goodness.
that as social
Yeah.
media
Yeah.
too. So
That was an awesome experience.
yeah. You know, having friends in my village or my
Mhm.
community, like you say,
Mhm.
it's truly an honor to be a part of that when you're making these big,
Yeah.
huge,
Yeah.
leaps into, the next
Mhm.
phase of your life.
Mhm.
So obviously, being a singer, being talented with graphic arts, organization skills, marketing, branding. I mean, I feel like I need to give everyone your resume, but I'm also afraid don't call her.
Phone's on silent.
Oh, there it is. I don't want anyone to grab
Oh
you
my
because
goodness.
it's an option.
Mm.
But all of those things, like, what do you love to do?
I secretly love to read.
Okay.
I love painting. That's one of my favorite things. I just will sit in my little chair at home and I just love to paint. I love just spending time with my cat. And I take her on little walks in the stroller that I have for her. And
No, you do
yeah, I
not have a
do.
stroller
Yeah,
for your
I
cat.
do.
You're one of those?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And
I've
so,
always thought it was interesting when I see people, because my
yeah.
daughter Jules has a cat
Hmm.
and her personality does not fit a stroller and does not fit walking on the street. It's kind of like my
Yeah,
personality,
yes,
right?
yes. I love it and my cat loves it. But really like when I get home, I just love to like kind of be in the moment and just like I like to do like the smaller things. Like I also have like a routine where I go home and I cook dinner and then I sit down or I'll watch my show that comes out that day or then I'll read a book or I love doing things like that. I'm also involved in a lot of small groups within our church and things like that. And so I just enjoy spending time with those people too. So just a little bit of everything. I kind of have
You're
little
very
circles.
well-rounded,
Yeah,
Madison.
yeah.
It's one of the things I admire
Well,
about
thank
you.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we always have the two questions. The first question I have to ask you is obviously, so what's it like to work with me? I can only imagine Trevor is dying for your answer because last time I asked that question, it got a little crazy and potentially sketchy.
Hmm.
Hmm.
It's almost like a breath of fresh air, I'd say. It really is.
Okay, thank
Because
you.
I feel like in such a, especially in the market that we're in, I feel, or that you're in, I'm just,
You're in it.
I'm in it.
You're in it
But
by default, but
yes,
you're in
yes.
it.
Especially that kind of market, it's nice to just have somebody to like laugh with or somebody to come and talk to where it's not just, yes, it's about the business, but also it's more of just like, how can we make the business fun? Like things like that. And I appreciate that a lot because most of the time when we are in that business, it's mainly focused on specific goals. And yes, we have the goals, but we also get to have fun reaching them. And so I think that that's what it's like working with you. It's just a breath of fresh air sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Just,
awesome.
yeah.
Well, and I know when you're working with the real estate agents,
Mhm.
they need that
Yeah.
more than everything because a lot of times when you're new in any industry,
Yeah.
there's the struggles of being new, then there's the struggles, of competition and the struggles
Yeah.
of finances,
Mhm.
and you
Yes.
got cut off and you have a bad mindset and you come in the
Yeah.
office and that's that one pivot
Mhm.
that they have that literally could change the
Yeah.
trajectory of their business, at
Mhm.
least for that day.
Yeah.
And so having, you there and
Mhm.
having that type of a mindset, it's definitely
Mhm.
one of our biggest assets at Keller Williams
Yeah.
Home. And I'm very
Thank you.
thankful that you're
Thank
there.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be there.
Awesome. Well, Trevor's gonna be disappointed because he was hoping for something sketchy.
I was thinking, as you were talking, I was like, I really don't even know what to say. Like, there's nothing bad I could say or sketchy.
Or you're choosing not to,
Yeah.
but that's okay. So of course, here at Tradition, as you know, of
Mhm.
anyone, right? You're always giving me these expectations. I have to make sure I
Yes,
cover them.
yes.
And this is a weird question for you because the tradition is that if you saw a younger version of yourself, what
Mhm.
advice would you give them? Which to
Yes.
me means you would have to be talking to someone in a high chair. Right, that's the
Yeah.
youngest version because you're
Yeah.
in your lower 20s, right?
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
seriously though, if you think about it, when you were like 15, 16 years old,
Mhm.
so much going on in our lives at that
Mhm.
age,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now you're at this age, right, in
Mhm.
your lower 20s,
Mhm.
what advice would you give that version of yourself?
I think I would tell myself to not listen to to not become what the world wants me to become.
Mm,
Because I
I love
think
that.
that year, especially 15 to 16, was a really hard year for me. And, I broke my hips. I couldn't do my cheerleading or my competitions anymore. And that was really where my identity was. But then it turned into something so much greater. And because I did something so much greater in my viewpoint, I got a lot of backlash from a lot of my peers and things like that. And if I wouldn't have taken what they said and kind of conformed myself to this shell and just kind of hide myself away, I feel like a lot more could have come out of that, especially at that age. Um, and I just think that if I would have just been more open about who I am and more, yeah, I love to sing and yeah, this is like a passion of mine, then I would have gone a little bit further than I would have, because I would have kept that mindset throughout college and throughout things like that versus wanting to try to keep it in a little bit more. So,
Well, I believe that things happen for a reason,
yes.
right? So
Mhm.
I'm thankful that you are where
Mhm.
you're at
Yeah,
today,
yeah,
and I'm excited to see you continue to blossom.
yeah. Thank you.
Just leveraging all the resources
Mhm.
around you because you deserve every
Mhm.
single one of
No,
them.
thank
And I'm
you.
truly blessed,
Thank
blessed, blessed to
thank
have
you.
you as part of my life, not
I'm
only as
I'm
my
pretty blessed.
friend,
I'm
but
pretty blessed too, though.
but also as my team
Oh,
member.
thank
So
you.
thank you for
Of
that.
course. Thank you.
Until next time I see you, thanks for tuning in.